in today's video, I am going to go through 3 of my fragrance fails of 2020. Fragrances that just didn't work out for me, fragrances that I don't really like very well, or it's not suiting my skin that well. So I'm going to show you those perfumes. Now, you probably have noticed that on my channel, I rarely do decluttering videos. I rarely get rid of any of my fragrances. It's very rare for me to do so. I usually buy fragrances that I totally love or like very much, you know, so it's very hard for me to get rid of something that I like. And usually when I buy a fragrance, it's something I like for a very long time. These perfumes that I have are fragrances that when I purchased them, they smelled amazing, and I think maybe later on that day, or maybe after a few days, the dry down didn't agree with me, or it was just something that wasn't suiting my skin, or maybe the performance was just not right at all. So now I think for the very first time I might have to do a decluttering video, because these are the fragrances that just didn't work. The performance was just not right at all, or just not even there, or the dry down just totally changed and didn't agree with my chemistry. The very first fragrance that I am so disappointed in is my Ambre Nue. Now, it's such a shame because this is a beautiful tonka fragrance and I absolutely love the opening of this perfume. Now, the only thing about this fragrance is the dry down. This is my Ambre Nue, and this is a cologne absolute. Darlings, this fragrance is very similar in a way to my Fève Delicious, and the reason how they are similar is because the way in which the tonka is utilized is fairly close, but you do really get that hit of tonka in this perfume. Now, this is blended with some citrus notes as well, and I'm just going to read the notes for you here. This perfume was launched in 2012, and in the top notes we have mandarin orange, and then we have bergamot. In the middle notes we have benzoin, cinnamon and orchid. Sounds amazing. So far this is me. In the base notes we have French labdanum, tonka bean and patchouli. I mean, there is nothing wrong with this blend. Everything I'm smelling so far is exactly what I like. You guys know how much I love patchouli. I have some orange, bergamot and mandarin. I love benzoin and cinnamon. I love. But for some reason, this fragrance on the dry down, it turns so sticky. Yeah, there is a bit of soaring going on. On the dry down in this fragrance, it turns into this cloying, sticky, like, note that I just cannot describe. I don't find it very pleasant, and to be honest, I haven't really worn much of this fragrance. Now, this is I mean, I totally love this fragrance. I bought the full size and it's gorgeous. It's sugary. You've got notes of orange in the opening, and it's mixed with that spicy note. You get the cinnamon in here, you get that vanilla, tonka bean and the benzoin. But I have to say, on the dry down, it just turned into something really unpleasant for me. I'm going to try this again maybe in the summer. Maybe this might suit warmer skin, and then I'll make a decision as to whether I keep this fragrance or if I lose this fragrance. So yeah, that's my Ambre Nue. And if any of you guys have tried this fragrance, this is by Atelier Cologne. If any of you guys have tried this fragrance, let me know below. Tell me your thoughts on this fragrance. So at the moment, my darlings, like I said to you before, I am currently doing a little bit of work in my house. So if you hear any DIY going on, you just ignore it. Just try your best to ignore it. But yeah, I mean, I'm doing a little bit of DIY, so I found a little tiny corner where I can record this video for you. So if you hear any sounds, that's just work being carried out in my house. So I think for this year, this has to be my biggest perfume fail for the whole of this year, and it's from a house that every single fragrance I've been enjoying, so I'm really surprised about this one. I don't know where they went wrong. And this perfume is by Maison Lancôme. The fragrance I have here is my Boutette, and this fragrance is really and highly disappointing because it is such a beautiful fragrance. This fragrance has notes of musk, rose and benzoin, and it's really disappointing because it's a beautiful scent that is so light, soft and delicate, but you cannot smell it. You can barely smell this fragrance. I haven't used this. This is like a full bottle that I have, so I'm going to have to perhaps maybe sell this fragrance or declutter it somehow, but I don't think I'm going to keep this within my collection because I'm not getting it's on my skin. It's not sticking to my skin. And I remember trying this fragrance before and this was absolutely fine. It stuck to my skin and it was absolutely fine. It's very soft. It almost has like a soft linen clean scent, very delicate, and this is a fragrance that would be easy to wear in the office or to work. If you work closely with people, I think this would be a beautiful fragrance to wear. I'm going to give it another go. I'm going to see how this fragrance compares in the summer again, see if it develops differently in the summer. But I find this fragrance will fade within the first hour, and that is really not acceptable because this is a fragrance that it costs over £150, and to last only for 1 hour doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So I'm going to have a think about this one, but I'm very, very disappointed in this because this smells beautiful. It's very comforting, it's soft, but this is a fragrance that you would have to store this in your bag and spray it every 2 hours to really utilize the scent. So I think I might be getting rid of this perfume. And if this does work for you, let me know. I just want to find out if this actually works for anyone. The next perfume is by Gutal, and this fragrance contains rose, and you all know how much I love rose, so I had to pick this one up. And in Rose Pompon, this is a fruity rose, and I'm going to read off some of the notes for you. So this perfume, this fragrance came out in 2016, and in this perfume we have blackcurrant, which you can definitely smell, raspberry and pink pepper. In the middle notes we have peony and rose, which I do get the peony and rose in here. We have musk, cedarwood and patchouli. And for me, I think it could be the raspberry notes that's not really agreeing too well when I spray this. I find this a bit too fruity, and the fruitiness in this fragrance, it develops into something that is quite green, and it's not ideal for fragrances that I enjoy wearing. What I find in this fragrance, for me, there's a sharpness to it, there's a green tartness, and that's something that I don't find very pleasant to wear. I don't mind fruity notes if they're a bit soft. This one I find is quite harsh or strong, but it's fine if you like that tarty fruity notes, if you like lemons, citruses and tart berries. But for me, I think the rose and peony clashes with the tartness from the berries, so I think that's the reason why I'm going to have to, this has to be one of my biggest fails, because I love rose, and usually you can blend rose in any way, shape or form, and I would just love it. But this one, I think it's clashing with the redness of the berries, and then the rose and peony is not blending well for me. It just blends and turns into this green, it smells a bit grassy, earthy, with a little bit of rose, and I'm not getting what I thought I would have got from this perfume. So this is a fragrance I'm gonna have to think about, but this is definitely one of my biggest fails for rose that I just love so much. So it's that one there. So those are my picks for today. Those were my top fragrance fails of this year. Perfumes I don't think they're going to be on heavy rotation whatsoever, and I might even have to reconsider whether I keep these perfumes or not. So I think perhaps maybe at some point on my channel I may be doing a decluttering video, because whenever I buy a fragrance, it's my fragrances for life, and then you know that these are perfumes that I absolutely adore and love. But let's just see, who knows, I might always be decluttering now all of a sudden. So I never get rid of my fragrances. I just love them too much. But let's see about these. These are new purchases, so I haven't built that connection or that bond to them as yet. So let's just see. So thank you so much, my darlings, for watching, and I am wishing you all a wonderful day. If you're new to my channel, I would love for you to subscribe. If you are a subscriber, make sure you are hitting your notification bell, otherwise YouTube is not going to show you my video. And please like this video and leave a comment down below. Let me know what is your worst perfume fail of this year. And my darlings, I'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful day. Bye.